Wrinkle in Time is directed by Ava DuVernay and is another film adaptation from the book of the same name. It's about a young girl whose father disappears after working on an experiment with the universe. So then the girl goes on a universal adventure to find him with the help from 3 unworldly women. A Wrinkle in Time wasn't really a movie I was looking forward to. The trailers were just okay. And heading into the theater, I basically knew what I was getting into. Coming out, pretty much everything was exactly what I expected. Before I dive deeper into this movie though, let me begin with the adults of the film because right off the bat, these are some pretty stupid adults. Our main character, played by Reid, is getting bullied early on in this movie. In fact, some of the students in her school say some pretty horrible things, but for some reason the script decided to make the character of the principal and her mother to be very dumb and oblivious to everything that's happening to her in school when she gets bullied. So even though I felt a lot for the character that Reid played, this movie's beginning definitely set the tone for what I was getting into. The dialogue for this movie, especially the dialogue spoken by the kids, yeah, it was not very good. I really like your hair. What teenage kid says that? From the beginning, I was waiting for them to go on this adventure, explore the universe, because that's where I felt this film would be at its best. And when we finally got there, it didn't really seem that exciting. Because to be completely honest, the first 2 acts of this movie were relatively boring, and I was just not into it. You see these vast worlds, all of them look so surreal. You get a few of them in the beginning, and nothing really happens inside these worlds. They're just kind of there, and the characters stay there, and that's pretty much all that happens. There was a lot of dialogue spoken. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of another movie that had a lot of dialogue and was kind of boring for the first 2 acts. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't seem to figure out what it is. There was about 10 minutes of this film where I was actually having a fun time. The characters were exploring this world, going through different parts of it, and that's what this movie should have been doing for the majority of its runtime, but for some reason, they decided to move much slower than that. By the time where I started getting into the movie, we were already at the climax. Also, there's not that much direction in the film. It feels like the characters are just kind of moving around, talking about different things having to do with the universe, and then all of a sudden they move into the next world. That's really what this movie is. But A Wrinkle in Time is not all bad. There were a couple things that saved it for me. I can't really hate on the performances here. I thought everybody was pretty good. Reid, I guess she was pretty solid in this film. Not mind-blowing, but exceptionally good. There was a little bit emotion too in this movie that grabbed me. I did feel some emotional impact from the story of this movie from time to time, and this is just one of those movies that I consider fine. It's practically one of those movies that just happens in front of your eyes and you don't really have much to comment on it. It just happens. There are a couple of cool universal elements the film introduces, which I found to be fun, but other than that, I didn't care too much. I'm gonna give A Wrinkle in Time a 49%. Definitely could have been a little bit better, especially with Ava DuVernay, who I know has been really good at directing films over the years, including Selma, which I still have to watch. But this is, I guess, a disappointing movie for her. Could have been better, should have been better, more adventurous. I could keep going on, but I'm not going to waste your time anymore talking about this movie. If any of you guys happen to watch A Wrinkle in Time, let me know down below in the comments what you thought of it. If you're new to my channel, click that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you happen to like it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.